All credit goes to Western. I thought they were ready to play, and we weren't, and that's my fault. It's my fault. We talked about the rivalry. We talked about how much this game means to the Hilltoppers, and didn't really show. You start the game, and they're in a rocking chair shooting the ball from three. Guy goes 5 for 5 from the three-point line in the first half like he's playing horse. And so from that point on, we're playing catch-up or trying to. And they got too good of a team. They got too good of a team to spot them whatever we spotted them. And again, credit them. They had to make the shots and do everything. But I think if you look at the first half as compared to the second half, and I'm talking about the start, the ball pressure, the intensity was completely different. And again, that's on me as the coach. That's how our team performed. Frustrating.
Just frustrating as a game might be. Like you mentioned earlier this week, it's a business trip, but there's still that human element to it. So how much kind of peace do you find knowing that although it didn't go the way you wanted, you guys still raised the money and did what you could for the city of Bowling Green, and just Western perspective that's been through a lot in the last.
Yeah, it's the right thing to do. I mean, I can separate the humanity part and the competitive, basketball environment part that we were just in. And so, again, I feel for this community and all the communities that, were affected by one of the worst tornadoes in the history of the country. And glad we could help out in a small way. And we're going to continue to do things along the way to help the people that have been impacted.
Chris, how much of a difference did Sharp make inside, especially with you guys not having Malik in this game?
Yeah, I mean, that hurt. But, he's so unique. They can spread their zone out a lot further than most teams can. Even the shots that he doesn't block around the paint are completely affected. We had some guys that were throwing up, one-legged, one-handed shots that are hitting the top of the glass instead of landing like we had worked on, landing in the lane, spraying out. When we had those opportunities, we executed and we made some shots in the first half. But he changes the game. He changes the game on both ends of the floor. Defensively, he always has that presence around the basket. And then offensively, if he has any freedom when he's rolling, all they have to do is figure out how to throw it to the corner of the backboard.
You guys, you're down to 5, and you've talked a lot about scoring droughts this year. You go into another one about 3.5 minutes where I think you missed 5 straight threes. What was happening offensively, do you think, in that stretch?
Well, in the second half, you give Western credit a little bit. We, they were going back and forth between zone and man, and we settled in on one offense that should be able to cover both of them. But we got stagnant, and we also missed some shots. And again, when you get the ball in the lane, you have to have the ability. I thought Rose was really the only big guy for us that was effective around the basket, but he's a freshman, and we just we didn't connect like we needed to in the second half on some of the open shots that we created. And again, you credit Western's defense and the unique style they have.
They had a huge advantage at the line. I think they outscored you by 20.
Yep.
You guys only had 3 guys that went to the line. Was that a result of their being the more aggressive team? I
don't know. I think that a big part of them staying out of foul trouble is the fact that they, stay in the zone and they don't pressure the ball much. They're really wide, so it's not like you can do a ton on the exterior. And then when you get inside, you got Sharp in there who does a really good job of not fouling. So again, we needed to get more in transition, but in the first half, it's sort of hard to do that when you're taking the ball out of the basket.
Chris, there were some moments where there were some turnovers like Mason had one, and just different moments throughout the game. Do you feel like at times they were trying to rush a little bit because of Sharp and just things like that, or do you feel just kind of part of the game?
A little bit. We have some guys that I got to rein in a little bit. Some of our bigger wings, the decisions they're making on the break and in transition is absolutely ridiculous. It's one thing if you make a mistake, then you have to learn from it, correct it. We just keep making the same mistakes over and over, so we're not going to put them in that position anymore.
Anything else?
Thanks.
Chris, do you know how long Malik will be out?
I do not. Yeah.
Thanks, Coach.